Bo Nickal finally addressed his shocking TKO loss to Reinier de Ridder on the Ariel Helwani show. Bo admitted he went into the fight thinking he was ready, but in hindsight, he wasn't. Here is what he has to say. "It's been crazy, but I think there's been a lot of reflection. Initially, after the fight, obviously, I was very disappointed, very frustrated with myself. And I think that I just am really glad that I have a great foundation of values and things that people have taught me. I don't really feel that the goal or myself or anything has changed. And feeling like those were some of the biggest catalyzing moments in my life and my career, I'm already very grateful for it. I think that this is nothing but a learning opportunity." Bo also revealed that he's already itching to fight again, telling Coach Mike Brown he wants to return ASAP. That's the kind of mindset that turns setbacks into comebacks. Jon Jones reposted a video where Daniel Cormier admits his biggest regret in MMA was the infamous head kick KO loss to Jones, now technically a no contest. Jon didn't say a word, just added emojis to his story. Classic Jones.
You have a very long, impressive career. So what would you say you're most proud of and your biggest regret in your career?
Most proud? Mix all of it. When I started fighting, I was about to turn 31 years old. It was my first fight. So I'm proud of being able to do what I did at my age. And biggest regret? I don't know, man. Probably. So I lost that fight in Anaheim to Jones, and I was fighting really well, and I kind of started talking to him, and I lost track and lost focus, and I ended up getting kicked in the head. So yeah, I should have stayed locked in. That's probably the thing I regret the most. I just was feeling so good that night that I kind of got outside of myself a little bit.
Sean Strickland posted new sparring footage, this time only body shots. In the caption, he wrote, "Feels like I'm back in elementary school playing body blows with the boys. I'm so fat I eat body shots like cookies." He might be joking, but the intensity in the clip is no joke. Strickland's still living in the gym, and apparently living off liver shots.
Oh, let's go. Digging, baby, digging.
Cory Sandhagen says he's betting on Merab to beat Sean O'Malley again if they rematch at UFC 316. Cory thinks Sean's hip surgery may have slowed down his grappling development too much to close the gap.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's going to look pretty much the same as the first one, most likely. And that's kind of just being that O'Malley was couched probably for like two of however long that was stint in between their first fight. But man, I just don't really see O'Malley being able to get good enough at grappling in that time while he was hurt. I also think that Merab was getting ready for a title fight, had another title fight, is like way more experienced because that was a tough fight for him. And while Merab's been working and doing all this stuff, I'm sure that O'Malley has too, but there's not work like getting ready for a championship fight. There's not work like fighting for a championship belt. Like Merab got a lot more in this off time than I think O'Malley did. I also think too, though, that I'm definitely not going to count O'Malley out. I think that he's a really smart guy, and I think that he's a really he has a really good eye for the sport, so he'll probably figure out some really good stuff. So I'm not going to count him out either, and he's got big power, and Merab's a pretty sloppy striker, getting better, but still a little bit like has holes, just like we all do. But yeah, I mean, my money would be on Merab, but I'm certainly not counting O'Malley out either.
Ian Garry is the official backup fighter for Belal Muhammad versus Della Maddalena, and he's not letting that go unnoticed. He explained on IG that he's seen too many title fights collapse last minute.
Here's the reality. People are saying, why am I here? Why am I here? Belal's saying, we're not going to miss weight. We're professionals. Here's the reason. I'm a UFC fan. I've been a UFC fan since I was 15, 16 years of age. I've seen many world title fights fall through on the week. Recently, Arman Sarukian, we've had Charles Oliveira. We've had many, many fighters on fight week through back cramps, cuts, getting sick, not being able to make weight. We've had many situations where a fight has fallen through. I'm here to make sure a fight happens. I want to see these boys fight. I want to see Belal and Jack fight because in my mind, I am next. But I'm here to make sure that Canada, if anything happens, you get a world title fight and you get a show because when Ian Garry shows up, it's different. So look, to everyone who's asking, why am I the backup? Why did I agree to do this? It's because I love to fight. And if an opportunity arises on Saturday night, May 10th, I'm going to win a world title.
Ian Garry trolled Della Maddalena today. He looked up his favorite foods and had his son give them to JDM while he's cutting weight.
Take these.
Thank you. Oh, a gift. Thank you.
You gave him a gift? What did you give him? I say, I hope you enjoy them.
Daniel Cormier went full analyst mode, breaking down both fighters' paths to victory. If Belal Muhammad is going to be successful in his first title defense, he has to look and fight in the same way that he fought Leon Edwards. He's got to have a lot of pressure, he's got to secure takedowns, and he's got to keep Jack guessing. Because if Jack Della Maddalena is able to just stand and strike with him, Belal is going to be out of his element. For Della Maddalena, he's got to defend takedowns. And here's the deal. There was a fight that Jack Della fought in the Apex against Basel Hafez. The kid was taking him down, almost beat him on short notice, thanks to takedowns. It can't look like that. The fight cannot look like that for Jack Della Maddalena. He was losing. He had to have a very good third round to win that fight because Hafez successfully took him down over and over again. Dominick Cruz says Bo Nickal's TKO loss reminds him of his first defeat, getting subbed by Faber in 2007.
Mixed martial arts right now, everybody's looking, the entire world is watching Bo Nickal and RDR. And what I see is two records. I see a 7-1 record now, which was 7-0, and a 20-2 record of RDR. That's more than double the amount of fights, double the amount of experience. And this takes me back to a piece in my career where I fought none other than Faber. I was 9-0, and Faber had double the amount of fights as me, double the experience, and was a black belt. So he knew what he was doing. And I went in there with an undefeated record, knowing that it's worth it. Now's the time to take the shot and get to the top of the division and feel what it's going to be like to be a champion one day and face that level. And I did, and I lost. And at the end of the day, I didn't lose again for a very long time. That was because of that loss that I was able to make adjustments, feel what the top of the division looks like and feels like, and the adjustments I needed to make. And then I was able to use those, drop to 135 pounds, and stay there. So that's what I see for Bo Nickal. I see him breaking through from this and only becoming another level and understanding where his gaps are and filling them. That's the type of athlete that he is. So I'm excited to see what Bo Nickal does. RDR is nasty. He's lanky. He's tall. He's rangy. He understands every piece of the fighting. He said himself, my judo, my wrestling, and my striking is so good I can be anywhere with anybody. And I agree. He's ready for the title.
Tom Aspinall is keeping the Jon Jones beef alive. He posted hunting pics on IG, and if you zoom in, Jones's face is photoshopped onto ducks. Dricus Du Plessis says the UFC will announce his title fight versus Khamzat soon. He confirmed there are 2 possible dates and that the fight will happen this year. Dricus also chimed in on Bo Nickal's loss. So we have a date. We have date, but we have potential of 2 dates. I already agreed to both. A lot of people are saying, is it this year? Yes, 100% it's not far away. It's not that far away. The announcement will be made soon. He also said this about Bo Nickal. I have no problem with Bo Nickal's hype. What I do have a problem with, he was talking about people who has done what he's never done. He became a 3-time NCAA champion, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I mean, this is not wrestling. That's why he took a knee. He wasn't dropped by the knee caught him. It was a good knee. But if you're going down from knees like that, good luck at the top, because the shots are a lot harder. Alex Pereira might be considering retirement, and he's not happy with the UFC. He posted this cryptic message on X. I always answered the UFC's calls, but if they want to play with me, we can do that. I've never spoken poorly of the UFC, but with what I've just heard, I'm disheartened. I've already had thoughts of not fighting anymore, and after what was just relayed to me, this may be the start. That's it for today's MMA Roundup. Bo Nickal's staying positive, Ian Garry's playing chess, and Tom Aspinall's going duck hunting. Your move, John. Catch you in the next one. Subscribe to MMA Messenger and turn on the bell icon.